I've always felt alone.
Sophie.
Simon, let me go.
I love you, Sophie.
I have to leave. Please.
I fucking love you.
My whole life. For as long as I can remember. I don't know if I like it or if I'm just used to it. But I do know this. Being lonely does things to you. And feeling shit and bitter and angry all the time just eats away at you.
Howdy, femboys and girls. It is your boy Sleazy back again with another video. And about a year and a half ago, I made a series playing through and analyzing the game Cry of Fear. And since Halloween is right around the corner, and also our sub count has over tripled since this series was made, I figured now would be the perfect time to compile it all down into one long form video for you guys to enjoy for the spooky season. So without any further ado, I hope you enjoy. Recently I made a video on a short Japanese horror film, and in that video I mentioned that some of the best horror comes from things that can take familiar environments and distort them into something unfamiliar and uncanny. And in that I used an example of a game called Cry of Fear. Now Cry of Fear is a game about a sad Swedish man trying to get home to his mother, making his way through a desolate and empty Stockholm. But as the story progresses, things seem to delve further and further away from normality as he comes across all sorts of distorted and hellish monsters. Our story begins with our main character Simon walking down the street before coming across a man lying on the ground in pain. He quickly runs over to try and help him before a car is started up, and then we then emerge in a completely pitch-black realm, armed with nothing but a camera. We then must walk through flashing the X's on the wall, revealing all sorts of disturbing imagery. I forgot how the camera worked. This is one of my favorite intros to a horror game ever. I feel like it's so unique. It's so unique. Nope, 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 nope. I don't want to flash that. I don't want to flash that, bro. It's gonna fucking jump scare me. Bro, no. Give me to the fucking X. It's gonna We then wake up in a dirty alleyway, unsure of where we are or what happened, or if any of that was even real. Armed with nothing but a phone and a knife, we head deeper into the alleys. Now, having a weapon by horror game logic really puts you on guard because you know that means that there's going to be something that you have to fight. So it really adds to the tension and makes you think that there could be something lurking around every corner. But to our surprise, the town seems to be completely abandoned. Okay, that's blocked. I don't want to run too much. We end up finding two notes that lead to a terminal. Oh, a very clearly laid out note for me to pick up? I'm surely nothing's gonna spawn behind me. June summer. As we unlock it, we find the code to a padlock. Unless it's... No way it's this, right? I misspelled. Okay, it was backwards. I'm sorry, what? 7774. I heard somebody come up in this bitch. I'm ready to fucking shank. Unlocking the door and heading through, we're led into some sort of underground tunnel system. Nah. I don't like it when it gets quiet. Stop. Okay, it won't budge. I don't trust nothing. Let me through. Just get the fuck out of here, please. Please!
What the?
I'm fucking on edge, man. Look to the right. Don't look to the right, bro. You get mysterious text telling you to look to the right, bro. You look anywhere but the right. You look to the left, you look up, you look down. Look inside yourself, but don't look to the fucking right. They're laughing at me, bro. They know. It's here where we come across our first enemy. A distorted-looking human jittering around with their eyes missing. This is where I feel the dated visuals and animation style really work in favor of the game rather than holding it back, as the jittery and stilted animation style really adds to the creepiness of the character. You're locked into the back of a hallway. There's nowhere for you to run. You have to confront this enemy. I'm so glad they put that in a cutscene, because if they just, like, popped that dude behind me, I was actually gonna have a fucking heart attack and die.
No signal.
You descend down a ladder deeper into the caverns. Here it's unbelievably dark, and with the tight, confined spaces, it adds to the sense of claustrophobia, knowing that as you turn the corner, any second you could come face to face with a life-or-death encounter. Bro, I'm taking it to him now. I'm not scared anymore. I'm scared! Ow, oh my god, he's fucking me up. Armed with only a knife, you're forced to get up close and personal with each enemy, and their jilted and skittish animation style really adds to an air of chaos and unpredictability. Traversing past a few more enemies, we eventually make our way out of the caverns. Even though the alleyway is still confined, the open sky and slightly wider space to maneuver is really a breath of fresh air. But if that was a closet in terms of claustrophobia, then this next section is an underground cave. We then get a message on our phone from somebody in extreme duress, telling us that someone or something is coming after them and they're hiding out in the apartments. We quickly climb the scaffolding to get inside, and we're introduced to what I feel is one of the scariest parts of the entire game, the apartments. I hate this so much. It's the fucking apartments. The apartments, they get me in a fucking different kind of way. We get another message on our phone telling us that we need to make it to the 4th floor before finding a note revealing a disturbing secret laying on the ground. I can't read this. They say curiosity killed the cat. Or 3 little kitties playing in the park. Said the first kitty, let's go home before it gets dark. The first 2 went on their merry way home. The 3rd stayed playing all alone. Come here, little child, come to me. The bushes whispered softly. They say curiosity killed the cat. Okay, so the child got fucking murked. The child got abducted and murked on. Hurrying into one of the unlocked rooms, we're met with a seemingly normal apartment. Can't handle it. Oh, hey, Nightmare. Is that somebody? Bro, I remember the fucking trash bags, dog. Let me in. I just got a flashback to the fucking trash bags, bro. Hold on, save. I need to save here. This is not cool. This part, not cool. Do it! Fuck off! Fuck off! Get away from me! God, that child messed me up. That child really messed me up. Okay. Trash bags? No bueno. Trash bags? Not where it's at. This part of the game has one of the best and worst features of Cry of Fear, and that would be backtracking. See, backtracking in this section does work in favor of the game, as it allows it to become more and more distorted as you travel through areas you've already been through, adding to this feeling of unease and uncertainty in your own environment. But later on in the game, this becomes a bit egregious. Okay. Elevator? Can't call the elevator, it must be stuck somewhere. Stop! 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 Dodge it. Bitch, I got this dodge system down. You can't do shit now. Oh fuck, you can do shit, I get it. As we travel down to the second floor, we end up in another unlocked apartment where we find our second secret note. Secret note 2. Those little kitties are so cute. They look so lovely, I just want to touch them. Oh, ew. No, don't take that out of context. Stop. But then those parents come. That's why I have to kill them. Okay, yeah, so we got a child murderer in the apartments. In this apartment, we find a room covered in pictures and memorabilia from this child killer. We also find a key to some of the other apartments lying on the floor. Give me the morphine. Apartment key. Okay, but for what apartment? Slowest death yet, June 3rd, April 9th. Stop it. Stop it! It's getting fucking closer. Stop! 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 I can't see jack shit. Hold on, I need my flashlight. Oh, but I can't have my knife at the same time. Let me out. Ah! No! I'm just gonna... Why did I play this game again? As we continue to conquer more and more of the apartments room by room, we eventually come into an apartment with a large hole in the wall where we're allowed to get our first gun. I don't know why I came back to play this fucking shit again, bro. I actually couldn't with that. Stop! Stop! Fucking stop for 2 seconds, please! I am actually begging you. Please. Fuck, no, not that. I'm flustered. I'm fucking flustered, man. Stay in the safety of the light. No, but I gotta go. I gotta keep pushing. Fuck off! No! No, 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 no! Oh my god! That scared me so fucking badly. You little bitch! Don't kill me. Please. I haven't saved in a while. No, no. Okay, oh, we're safe. I'm gonna let you know right now. I'm being a... I was gonna say I'm being a bit of a bitch, baby. Stop. Stop. Oh, I'm out of stamina. Spam him out. Spam him out. How's it going? I hope your day's going better than mine is. Just give me this. Just fucking give me this. Just use it. Fucking use it right now. Use it right now. I'm too low health. I'm gonna fucking OD on morphine. I'm taking so many of these biddies. Are we good? I think we're good. Let me through, please. Hold on. There we go. Game. There's something in the... Oh my god, I got the blick. I ain't scared no more. I gotta stop saying that, because every time they get me with the biggest fucking scare right after I say that shit. Now, you may think that the gun would serve to make you feel more secure, therefore the game less scary, but I feel like it does the opposite, as it almost serves to lower your guard, making it even more unexpected when enemies pop out from around a corner or behind a door. If you're anything like me, this will result in you spamming an entire magazine into their head, leaving you woefully under-equipped to deal with the enemies in the area. I just need a breather. No, fuck it. Just keep going. Oh, fuck me. Knife that bitch. I am down to my last plip of fucking health and the last little fucking dregs of ammunition. We eventually find a key leading us to the basement. The dark and damp aesthetic and the constant water dripping adds to this atmosphere of decay. It's down here that we come across our next enemy type. A tall, spindly lady who seems to be floating after us, and she doesn't seem to physically attack you, but she will try and make Simon commit suicide, and you have to tap right-click extremely quickly to resist it. But if you get too close, a unborn fetus will pop out of her with knives and attempt to stab you. Making our way past them,
we eventually find a room caged in with a single chair covered in blood, along with a videotape. We then travel back up to one of the upper apartments and watch what's on the tape, only to see a man getting brutally tortured before getting his head cut off with a pair of gardening shears and the code to the elevator carved into his chest.
Hold on, I see your comment, Mink. I gotta watch the cutscene first. It's a fucking snuff film, Jesus Christ. Damn, bro got fucking hedge clippered. Hard style. 9729, okay.
We ride the elevator down in an attempt to escape, but things only become more distorted.
The apartments fucking terrify me. I hate the fucking apartments so much.
As we leave the elevator, we see that the apartments are now completely succumbed to decay. All of the walls are rotted and the doors are barred off with rusty, jagged iron bars. The bars eventually begin funneling us in one singular direction, down the stairways, until eventually we end up with a doorway at the end of a long hall.
Let's go, boys.
We're thrown into a boss arena with an impossibly tall creature, long and spindly with sunken eyes and gray skin, needles and nails protruding from its body. It seems like our gun does nothing to it, but eventually we find out that we have to shoot it until it kneels down and then attack the weak spot, the eye on its back. This boss is extremely dangerous because it's the first enemy in the game that can insta-kill you. If you get too close and get caught by it, it'll bisect you with its chainsaw.
We can still do it. Nope.
Eventually defeating the creature, it cuts its own head off with its chainsaw before Simon passes out, waking up only to be introduced with the strangest creature yet, an actual normal human.
Did I pass out?
Clearly.
Who's that?
Relax. I am not one of them.
Bro, my man was ready with the gun.
I'm nobody.
What?
You shouldn't be here. It's very dangerous.
Wait, why are you wearing a gas mask?
Are you stupid or something? Do I look like I want to turn into one of them? I can't trust you. I don't know if you're real. Just leave me alone.
That's how I feel. The fucking doctor man over here.
And that brings an end to Chapter 1. Cry of Fear is a game that keeps its environments feeling completely distorted and alien to the player. Areas that you walked through no less than 5 minutes ago can be completely different, changed, warped. New enemy placements add a level of tension and suspense to the game that you don't really see all that often. Beginning Chapter 2, we make our way outside before finding a magazine lying on the ground. It appears to have some sort of article about depression, saying if it sounds familiar, to call the number below. Naturally, out of curiosity, we decide to call the number and get this disturbing phone conversation.
Wait, how do I have to put this? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 4.
Hello? Hello? Who is this? What the fuck are you talking about? I need help!
Please! Damn it! Help me!
That's not good, because I'm fucking terrible at remembering shit. Also, like any sane person, I tried to call the police, but, they were a bit preoccupied. What if we just call the fucking police? Okay, police are a little bit busy right now. Using the code we got from the phone call, we unlock a metal door and are brought into a series of extremely dark corridors, giving us probably one of the most tense sequences in the entire game. I can't... Oh, fuck me. It's so dark, I can't see shit, man. Fuck off. Nope. Where's that coming from? Where's that coming from? That's a dead end. I gotta fucking go. That's another dead end. Oh, fuck me. Where is that coming from? Oh my god, he fucking jumped and it scared the shit out of me. I don't want to go, dude. I don't want to fucking go. I don't want to go. I don't want to go. I don't want to go. I really don't. I really don't want to fucking go down there, man. I'm actually having to, like, talk myself into going down there, because I really fucking don't want to. I actually want to just not play the fucking game more than I want to go down there. Oh, God. Oh, fucking God damn it. God fucking damn it. Oh, stop fucking... Stop. Stop. Stop jumping! Okay, no, nothing. Go down. Go the fuck down, right now. This plays off the last section extremely well, as you just finished the chainsaw boss fight, and knowing that he's borderline invincible to damage and will one-shot kill you makes turning every corner or going down every staircase feel all that more tense, knowing that if he decides to start chasing you, it's almost certain death. Making it past, we go down a ladder where we're introduced to the next new enemy type of the game. A pale creature who seems to have their arms bound by barbed wire, popping up from the water, adding an intense sense of discombobulation and chaos, knowing that at any second your full sprint could be blocked off by an enemy directly in your face. Making our way through the sewers, we end up at a construction site where we take another ladder down into even more underground caverns, this time being some sort of mining facility or underground tunnel construction. We find a notepad with 4 digits of a combination lock. Now, there's probably some sort of puzzle to this, but I have one brain cell. As you'll find out later, I'm pretty terrible at puzzles, so I just brute forced the lock. Okay, there we go. 2791, 2792, 2793, okay, 2794, 2795, 2796. There we go. You just brute force it. That's definitely not how you're supposed to do it. Oh, fuck! Oh, shit! Chill. I haven't saved in a long time. Don't do it. I was looking at chat. Crawling through pitch black tunnels, we emerge in a large room with 2 enemies. We also see a man who's seemingly committed suicide by shooting himself with a shotgun. We pick it up and use it to dispatch the enemies in the room, and you may be noticing some sort of pattern or theme of self-harm, which is kind of shitty because it's hard to talk about this stuff on YouTube without, like, getting absolutely fucked on by the algorithm, but I'm gonna do it anyway because I don't care. But you've probably noticed these themes throughout, but I'll go over some of them and some of the examples of them that we've seen so far. Even from the very beginning with the camera section, some of the things that we flash, some of the rooms, we see hanging bodies. As we take morphine, you can see the cuts on Simon's wrist. We also saw the man we got the key from in the apartments had also committed suicide, as well as the fact that the female enemies with the metal poles on their arms and legs, instead of your shooting being what kills them, they kill themselves. Not to mention the first boss enemy also chops his own head off with a chainsaw. And I know that me saying all of these back to back may seem like the game is laying it on a little bit thick, but there's enough downtime and moments interspliced between these that it doesn't come across as forced or ham-fisted, and more or less just a subtle undertone that's throughout the game. We pick up a lighter off the table and head back to the room where we found the journal, using it to light some chemicals on the floor, unblocking a door that was previously tied closed. In this room, we find a key that allows us to continue further into the caverns, where we come across the doctor.
Hey! What the fuck are you doing?
Not you again.
Wait!
Oh fuck, boss fight?
Shit! Isn't that the key he was talking
This is not a good time. This is why I described the Doctor as one of the most disturbing characters in the game, because although he seems to be a normal human, or quote-unquote normal human, i.e. not psychotic or not one of these monsters, he still goes out of his way to commit horrible actions onto others. For example, crucifying and decapitating a man to try and find a key that he didn't even have, as we see the monster swallow it immediately after. We're then thrown into a boss fight, and for the limited amount of space and environment that we have to work with in this boss fight, I feel like it's done extremely well, as the way you kill him is by turning the 4 cranks on the walls to electrocute him and drop his health. But as you're turning these cranks, it is extremely excruciatingly slow, and the boss can one-shot you, building up this sense of tension as you go, that at any moment he's getting closer and closer, and that your doom is inevitable. Using a hacksaw to cut the key out of the monster, we then get the obligatory horror game long hallway section. But unlike most horror games that would just spawn some sort of spooky monster to run down the hall at you, Cry of Fear instead does what I feel like the game does best, and creates a hostile environment and a distorted world for you to walk through. Oh fuck. Alright, let's get it. Let's fucking get it. Oh, fuck me. The walls turn to rusty steel, and a droning alarm noise plays over top as the hallways literally twist and distort, lined with self-hating and threatening messages. As you go through a door, you make it to a room with a metal-grated floor, where you have to try and run through a twisted maze of dead ends as your health is slowly drained. Ow, 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 ow. I'm out of stamina. Hold on. Waiting for my health to get real low. Alright, use it. Stamina's regen. Made it. Thank you for telling me that. You told me that just in time for me to get to it.
Damn it! What was that? Hallucinations? Am I going insane? Shit.
This is also the first time we get any mention of hallucinations, which brings into question how much of this is reality versus the deluded, traumatized mind of a man who's recently gone through a horrible accident. This would explain why everything around him seems to be twisted and distorted, why there are so many monsters roaming the streets but no real normal people besides the doctor. He views everyone as these monsters. This would also explain why the themes of suicide seem to be so pervasive throughout the entire game. It's because it's a lingering thought that follows him everywhere. Beginning chapter 3, we climb our way out of the sewers and finally make it back to the surface. Looking at a bus map, we find that we need to make it to Saxon Ave, but attempting to go down the road, we see that it's blocked by a giant, writhing, fleshy mass, so we have to go around through a tight ductway. Well, looks like we're not going that way. Fuck off. I can't see. Making it past, we continue down the winding, twisting Stockholm alleys until eventually we come across a chained door. There was a chained up door in the apartments too. I'm guessing that's like DLC maybe? Or like... It was not DLC. It was not DLC. Oh god. Stay back. Okay. I see you. No, game, I see you. Now, I'm ashamed to admit I did die to this a few more times than I probably should have, but the enemy is extremely fast and your stamina really does not last that long. Plus, the game will try and trip you up by putting false ways to go and doors that are just locked. There's one shotgun shell and that's it. I'm just gonna walk until I hear him getting right up behind me, and then I'm gonna run. He is so fucking fast. How do I outrun this dude? Stamina, please! Oh no. The door didn't fucking open. The door didn't open. They fucking jebaited me. Jumping over a railing, we escape, and eventually make our way into another extremely dark apartment building. This is where the game shows off once again that it is incredibly good at making familiar environments feel hostile by spawning enemies behind you and in places that you've already been. Fudge. Oh, fudge. Fucking goddammit. Here we go. Nothing. But more ammo. Budge. Ammo. Ammo. Another nightstick. Why would I need two? I guess that's in case you didn't pick up the other one. Holy fuck. Ah. That bitch scared the shit out of me. Which really adds to this overall sense of mistrust for what you've seen and a caution that there could really be something around every corner, even if it's a corner you already saw just 1 minute ago. Even the architecture of the buildings and the way that things are laid out does this extremely well, as most of the game is made up of tight corridors, as well as the fact that, for example, we exit into some sort of boiler room, go down some stairs, and end up in another underground tunnel system, and why does this random apartment building have an underground tunnel system, which then in and of itself leads back to an almost identical boiler room. The game is extremely effective at simultaneously giving you this feeling of steady progress while also enveloping you in a feeling of being turned around or lost, almost like you're walking through an endless loop, as if you had stepped into some sort of M.C. Escher painting. And I believe that this was intentionally done to sort of convey this feeling of disassociation that Simon has with his environment. Now, unfortunately, we reach what would probably be my first major gripe with the game. This puzzle is not very clearly laid out, and one part of it I want to say is me just being idiotic, but even with chat's help, it seemed nearly impossible to figure out, as it's a north, south, east, and west puzzle where you have to move each statue into the proper position to unlock a door. Now, unfortunately for me, I didn't realize that one of the statues could be moved. Now, how could I do this? Well, because the pedestal to move the platform is so out of the way and is in an area that you wouldn't even realize that you can really get to, or that you would realize is even there. So, on one hand, I want to say that it's my fault, but on the other hand, I have to blame the game design to some degree. Now, this puzzle took me about 20 minutes to solve, and unfortunately, this game made one of the biggest mistakes I feel any horror game can make, and that's that frustration overrides fear. If you're frustrated, you're not going to be into the atmosphere, the scares aren't going to be as effective, and you're kind of just completely killing the momentum of the game overall. And ultimately, this puzzle didn't really serve any purpose, as it's one of the only puzzles that really shows up in the game at all. And it really just took me out of the horror mood and out of the atmosphere of the game just because of how purely frustrated I was. So I'm guessing that that's in the correct position. There we go. It just took me knowing that the fucking lion statue can be moved. This whole time, right? This whole time, I thought that the lion was in the correct position and it couldn't be moved to give you like some sort of guide on where to move the other ones. But no, the plaque was just way the fuck up here, out of the way. Wow, I feel fucking retarded. That took me so goddamn long, for no goddamn reason. My lord. Finishing the puzzle unlocks a door to a shed, where we find a sniper rifle and a gate key. Using it, we come across our next new enemy, a creature who's seemingly tied down to some sort of metal-posted bed. Making it back out onto the streets, we eventually get a call from a mysterious person. Oh shit. Checking phone.
Hello? Hello? I can't hear you. Who is this? How did you get my number? Can you help me? What the fuck is going on in this town? You're... what? You're up on the roof? I can't hear what you're saying. Hello? Hello, are you still there?
Trying to make it to the rooftops as the caller asked, we then find a shovel in the park and use it to dig up different spots of dirt. Each one has a different type of loot in it, whether that be syringes or ammo, some for guns that we don't even have yet, until eventually we find a key that unlocks the doors to get into the apartments. Making our way up to the roofs and doing a bit of parkour, we eventually come across a girl sitting by herself.
One jump. What the hell are you doing here?
Oh, hi, Simon.
What? I don't understand anything now.
What is it that you don't understand?
What do you think? The whole fucking city is crawling with monsters, and I mean, suddenly you just turn up on these rooftops? What are you doing here? Are you hurt?
Oh, monsters? Simon, you're scaring me.
Scaring? What the fuck? This is just sick. Well, maybe it's just...
Let's talk about something else. How have you been?
I don't know. I'm just confused. You?
Not too bad, thank you. Better now that you're here.
Yeah. I'm glad you're here too, Sophie. I've been alone all this time.
I see. Sounds tough.
But what about yourself? Why are you here? Are you hiding up here from those things?
No, I really don't understand what you're talking about. I'm just thinking.
Thinking? Yeah, I've been doing a lot of that too. Do you remember how you got here?
I don't know.
Because I woke up myself, but it was in an alley and... Wait, I can probably show you.
No, hush, Simon. Can't we just sit here for a while?
Yeah. Sure.
Do you want to know something?
Yes. Yes, I do. I want to know just what in the fuck is going on here. Is it about that doctor guy in the gas mask?
Doctor? Simon, please. No, I mean about school.
Oh. Yeah? What?
Well, I don't know if you knew, but I always had a hard time at school. You were pretty much the only guy who was kind to me. I never said it, but I really want to thank you for making my life a little bit more bearable. You're a cute guy, Simon.
Yeah, you did have it pretty rough. Thank you.
Yeah.
I guess I helped you because I liked you. You were one of the prettiest girls at school, and I don't know, I guess I wanted to protect you. I don't love you, but I think I could if we got to know each other better. You're so beautiful, Sophie.
Why haven't you said anything?
I never had the courage. I mean, I wasn't exactly the toughest kid in school, was I? But now we're here alone, I feel stronger. I've always liked you, Sophie.
Oh, Simon, I don't know what to say. I always liked you too, but not in that way. I always thought that you were just a friend, nothing more. I'm sorry.
But... oh, shit. Damn, so much stuff has happened lately. All this craziness, the darkness and the monsters. I think I'm going crazy. I'm so glad I found you.
I know. A lot of things have been going on lately.
Yeah, really. Was it you who tried to phone me, by the way?
Yeah, I wanted to talk to you. To get away from it all.
Oh, but what? Out here?
No, away from everything. Away from all this.
What? What do you mean?
You know full well what I mean.
Wait a sec, you mean all... No! No, no, no! Sophie. Why did she... What the fuck? This isn't making any sense. Was it you who made her do it? Why? Why? You sick fuck!
Now you have two options here. You can either fight this creature or just run away. I decided that since the first time I played, I would just run away to see how that affects the ending. Making it back down to street level, we find Sophie's body laying on the ground with a keycard that we need to progress. Approaching it, we get another flashback.
Sophie,
Simon, let me go.
I love you, Sophie.
I have to leave. Please.
I fucking love
Just
you.
let me go, Simon.
And that brings an end to Chapter 3. Now, I don't believe that Sophie committed suicide in reality. If you pay attention to their conversation, it almost seems as if Sophie doesn't even realize that the monsters are here, which, in my mind, alludes to just another fact that all of this is a hallucination inside of Simon's mind as a way to deal with the traumas of life, as the flashback we see when we go to ground level shows Simon confessing his love and getting rejected in a far more harsh way than he did on the rooftops. All of the signs are pointing to a lot of this being in the head of Simon as a way to deal with the trauma of both his accident and just the day-to-day stresses of life, such as confessing his love and being rejected. Although it still leaves the question as to the doctor. He seems to also be able to see and interact with these monsters. He has the gas mask, so he knows that something more is going on. Simon even interjects and proposes that the doctor might have done something to him.
We're now into chapter 4, and where we last left off, we had picked up a key from Sophie's body. We now backtrack back to a locked door and head inside. Heading through a short section of tunnel, we eventually make it back out onto the Stockholm streets, where we're introduced to a new type of enemy.
Oh fuck, they got guns! Ow, fuck, holy shit. Alright. Oh my god. Fucking Christ. Okay, good thing he shot him. Reload, quickly. Oh fuck. Shoot him! Shoot him! Okay, he killed himself.
Now, I try and give this game credit where it's deserved, but I also have to call it out where I feel like it's deserved, and this next enemy type is probably one of the worst in the entire game. Now, due to the semi-poor gunplay in the game, which, when facing melee enemies, works to add this sense of panic as you're trying to kill them as quick as possible before they can close the gap, with this enemy that has a gun, it's very, very frustrating, mainly because the enemies spot you from so far away, and their AI is so good at hitting shots that a lot of times you'll just get melted down to 1 HP before you can really do anything. Dispatching all of the enemies, we walk down into Saxon Station, only to see that we need to find a fuse to unlock the door. Ducking into an alley, we're thrown into another tight chase sequence with the chainsaw enemy. I don't know, I don't mind streaming on YouTube.
Holy shit. Oh fuck, he's coming! Oh god, I'm dead. I'm dead as hell. Yep.
Only this time, instead of jumping over a railing to escape, we have to quickly flip a switch to keep him from killing us.
Oh, I'm dead as hell. Alright, we're chilling. We're chilling. Okay, big, I guess. I blocked him out. Okay, we're fine. Pop this up. Holy fucking Christ! Game, you cannot fucking do this to me.
Making our way through a boarded off door, we end up on some sort of boardwalk next to a body of water. Making our way down, we come past a section of scaffolding and end up finding another gun at the end of an alleyway. It's a VP-70, which, for the keen-eyed among you, is actually a reference to Resident Evil 2, as it's the main gun of Leon Kennedy. Now, when I first came to the scaffolding part, I was unironically dreading it, as back in 2021, I played this game for the first time on Twitch, and it took me over an hour to get past this section, as the parkouring in this game is very janky. Double tapping in any direction will cause you to do a dash, which will make you fall very easily. The walkways are also so narrow that it's very easy to try and do a sprint jump and end up just walking off the edge. I'll insert a clip right here from that original reaction to this scaffolding section.
Can you fucking... Thank you! Okay, this is the final jump. Just don't fuck it up now. Here we go. Are you kidding me? Luckily this time I was able to make it past first try, and jumping out of a window we end up back on the streets of Stockholm. We go through a set of sliding doors and end up in some sort of nice, clean office building. It's clean and tidy and extremely well lit, which is almost unheard of for this game. The nicest point we've been to so far was probably the apartments, and even that was dark and a bit dingy, so seeing such a nice and pristine area is almost unheard of. But for those of you who have watched part 1 and 2 of this series, you know that this game loves to twist and distort the world into something hellish and nightmarish, so as we come across a fuse box and know that we have to take it, a sense of dread and anticipation builds up as the second you take that fuse box, all of this level of comfort and safety is going to be stripped away. Progress, this is big. Oh, this is probably where I get the fuses from. Fuse. Bam. Oh, I panicked. I fucking panicked. As you stumble through the darkness, their emaciated, frail frames shamble towards you, seemingly coming out of nowhere. The only indication that they're even coming towards you being they're screaming. Wait, no. Okay. Have a little bit more. There's one right there. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Stumbling through the darkness, we eventually find our way into a side room where we get a key to unlock the back door. With fuse in hand, we head back to Saxon Ave. Using it to open the unlocked door, we then head into the subway station. We come across another one of those large, fleshy masses with swinging tendrils, blocking one of the railways, so it's immediately obvious that we need to get the train running in order to destroy it. Making our way into the back engine rooms, we are given some sort of timing puzzle where we have to flip a switch and then quickly run to the unlocked door, which then locks behind us, leaving us trapped. As we head through the door, we're told that our phone battery is dying. Our phone throughout the game has been one of the only sources of comfort that we have, not only acting as our only source of light in dark areas, but also being the only connection to other people that we've had throughout the entire story.
Hello? Hello? I can't hear you. Who is this? How did you get my number? Can you help me? What the fuck is going on in this town? You're... what? You're up on the roof? I can't hear what you're saying. Hello? Hello, are you still there?
We flip one of the switches and the subway starts moving, destroying the fleshy creature, and this is when the tension really builds, because you're forced to go into an extremely dark area, now unequipped with any source of light. Luckily, the game equips you with flares, but the only thing is that these work as extremely effective tools to build up suspense, as not only is the light on them, the range limited, but also they are time limited, meaning that you have this constant sense that at any moment you could be plunged into extreme darkness. Add to this the fact that you can't reload while you're dual wielding, and you end up with this overwhelming sense of vulnerability. Making our way through the subway system, we climb up another ladder before ending up in another series of lightless corridors that are so tight that there's no way to dodge or avoid enemies. You're forced into confrontation. We also hear extremely loud thumping and banging as we make our way through these corridors. Section has probably some of the best atmosphere in the entire game, both because of the decrepit atmosphere and decor of the buildings, as well as the maze-like layout of the buildings themselves. Not to mention that there are almost surreal sections of entirely too long ladders or bottomless pits with pipes running through that you need to parkour across. The whole time, the banging noises in the vents getting closer and closer. Eventually, at one point, I completely succumbed to my own fear and began to panic, eventually falling down a ladder and almost dying. There is something that is fucking on my ass, bro. Not like that. Not like it's fucking on my ass, but like it's on my ass, bro. It's on my ass. It's on my ass, bro. Oh shit! I lived it. That's fine. Which fucking direction? This way. This way. Go fucking through, bro, please. Eventually solving a small puzzle where you have to avoid an oncoming train and making our way through a few more ducts, we eventually end up back on the main station. I really thought that train was gonna fucking run me down. Once again, we come across the doctor and see him killing a seemingly innocent person. Only this time, he makes an interesting note after killing him that the man probably would have done it to himself anyway. This is where I began to theorize or believe that the doctor is exactly that, a doctor, potentially a psychiatrist or therapist that Simon was seeing that he felt never was able to understand or help him. This may be why he views him as being so hostile.
Hey! What the fuck are you doing?
Not you again.
Wait!
Following the doctor, we make our way down a long escalator before we come to yet another locked door. You're told you need 2 fuses to open it, one at the train station you're currently at, and one at a train station earlier in the game. Now, if you watched the first episode, I mentioned that backtracking is one of the best and worst parts of this game, as it allows the game to twist and distort environments around you in examples such as the apartments, but later on it would get egregious. Well, this is later on, as this is the single worst part of the game. I would do the sliding puzzle from episode 2 a million times if it meant that I could avoid doing this backtracking section, because it forces you to backtrack through the entire game. And not only that, but it will let you walk in the wrong direction for a solid 15 minutes, only to then lock a seemingly random door will just be locked, so you can't progress, and it will tell you you need to go all the way back and go a different route. What? You are here, Fuse. So I gotta go. So I went the wrong way, I'm guessing, or the correct way, the way that the game thought people would go, because they thought to put a fucking map here to tell you that you went the wrong fucking way and you need to go all the way the fuck back and through. I gotta go all the way back to Preston Street. They let me walk all this fucking way just to tell me that I needed to go back to Preston Street and go the other way. God fucking damn it. This is not only extremely time consuming, but extremely tedious, as there seems to be so many different back alleys and sideways and ladders that you can go up and down, and new things that are unlocked and old things that are locked for seemingly no reason, that it leads to this overwhelming feeling of confusion on where you're supposed to go. This is my longest recording session by far, over 2.5 hours, and over half of that time is just me spent walking around seemingly aimlessly trying to figure out where to go. I mean, the game puts little lamps and tries to flash lights on where you're supposed to go, but when you're allowed to free roam the entire area, and there's lamps everywhere, some from previous parts of the game and some that are just appearing now, it becomes almost impossible to differentiate which one is which. I feel like the game very much could have signposted a little bit more on where you're supposed to go, or at least blocked off certain areas until you explore the ones you're supposed to explore first, as there is an order to getting the fuses. You can't get one and then the other in whatever order you feel like. No, you have to go to do one first and then backtrack again and do the second one. So why not block off that second one, or that entire path to that second one, until you get the first one? Now, I'm sorry if you feel like I'm rambling on about this point for a bit too long, or if you feel I'm being a bit too hard on the game, but it's like I mentioned with the sliding puzzle in episode 2. Frustration overrules fear. So when you have an extremely long section like this that's just very tedious and frustrating, it really takes you out of the atmosphere and takes you out of the scariness of the game, and it's really hard to get back into that mindset or get back into that, mood after a section like this. Eventually, we somehow end up back at the apartments. We find a ladder and use it to climb inside through one of the windows. It seems to be even more distorted than the last time we were here, but using our previous knowledge, we eventually make it to a previously chained and locked off door, now open.
Oh yeah. Okay, well that's not good. That's where I could have literally just ran and jumped up that, couldn't I? Whatever. This is open now, whereas it was closed before.
Heading inside, we see an apartment covered from the ceiling to the floor, every square inch soaked in blood. There's no sound, no music, no anything. The silence is deafening and really adds to the surrealism of the moment.
It has never been this quiet in the fucking game before, and that's really fucking with me. I kind of want to heal first before I go down there, but it's my only one. Fuck it.
In the middle of the floor, we see a hatch with a pit leading down. I believe this to be some sort of allegory or metaphor for Simon's depression, as I believe this to be Simon's very own apartment. As we climb down the ladder, we end up in a dirty, tiled hallway, decrepit and old. As we continue to walk down what feels like an infinitely looping hallway, we begin to hear somebody talk about Simon's condition, and I believe this to be the doctor.
Just watching it like it was yesterday. Despite the fact that it causes him tremendous anxiety, he insists on returning. He insists it's for therapeutic reasons, but I remain skeptical. He doesn't respond well to questions about his personal life. He became extremely angry when I mentioned events prior to what he insists on describing as Black Day. His school and home life are no-go topics when discussing these feelings and anxieties. He told me the other day that he'd been seeing hallucinations, but couldn't give a clear description of what he'd been seeing. Naturally, I didn't take him seriously. I saw no evidence to suggest this was the case, but upped his prescription anyway. He claims the extra medication helps.
Making it through the door at the end of the hallway, we see the same biting, gnawing head creature from the very beginning of the game. Rusty cages begin to unlock, unleashing the same gray, shambling creatures from earlier. Dispatching them, the door opens up and you're free to walk through, only to then be attacked by the chainsaw man and fall into a deep, dark pit. Enemies run at you out of the darkness from every angle as you desperately try and flee for the exit.
This was a bad decision. Keep the stamina so in case you need to fucking whatever, in case you need to dodge. Okay, I made it out.
Making it through the door, we end up back inside the blood-soaked apartment with the fuse sitting in the middle of the floor. This goes completely against earlier when it said it would be at Hassan Station, but that's to be expected with how twisted and distorted and depraved Simon's mind has really become at this stage in the game. Making it through the flooded basement of the apartment building, we find a ladder and are able to climb out of the building. Making it back to the subway station, we insert the 2 fuses and are finally allowed to go through the door. Making our way deeper into the subway tunnels, we hop aboard one of the trains, only this one isn't heading where we need to go. It instead has a sledgehammer in the back that we can use to knock down a crumbling brick wall. This reveals a set of yellow double doors, and as we head through, we quickly find out that this isn't just a normal subway hall, but instead another example of Simon's twisted, deluded mind. We quickly end up in a black void of a room with the walkways twisting and distorting into knots. The same gray creatures from earlier are now caged up, perpetually slitting their wrists. The walkway is stained with blood, and there's this constant droning noise playing over top, interspliced with tortured screaming. We come across a set of floating doors, and heading through, we walk through a short asylum hallway before ending up inside of a padded room. There's a note on the floor with some sort of poem on it that we can use to determine the door order that we have to walk through in order to escape. This note is also clearly about Simon's accident, with it even talking about the mental fallout that would come as a result, with him talking about his potential thoughts of suicide. Physically broken, mentally. The men in white placed him in the rolling chairs. How he laughed, and so he lived what remained of his life. One day fate smiled upon the child, and so he came upon the implement of his destruction. Decisions, the outcome was not certain. Pro captu lectoris habent salvata labelli. I don't fucking know. I don't know what that says. It's Latin. Walking through the twisted hallways of the asylum once more, we drop down through a window into a rusted steel maze of sorts with hanging creatures tied up in straitjackets, flailing and writhing around, and if they get too close, they'll instantly kill you. Making our way through and avoiding all the monsters, we're treated to another cutscene. First try, are you kidding me?
Suffered severe spinal damage in the accident. It's a miracle he still retains upper body motion. From the waist down, however, there is no nervous response at all. Not to mention the mental trauma he suffered. From what I can tell, Simon is a deeply disturbed individual who had mental problems even prior to the accident.
Holy fuck! Holy shit.
Made it through first try. That took me way more attempts last time than it did this time. I have just overall done way better.
What the fuck? Wasn't this where I came from? No. Something is obviously not right. I should hurry now before something else happens.
And this cutscene really confirms a lot of my theories, as we see the doctor talking in that cutscene about Simon's nervous damage, confirming he's in a wheelchair, as well as the fact that that doctor is wearing the same outfit as the doctor that we see in the game. On top of this, it has the same voice as the voice that we hear talking about giving Simon more prescriptions and about his hallucinations, as well as the hallucinations being completely confirmed by Simon checking back into the door that he just walked through and not seeing anything, meaning that most of this game is just his own internalized trauma. Heading back to the electronic door from earlier, we take the fuses that we need to get the subway up and running again. Hopping onto the train, we get another cutscene, this time Simon questioning the world around him of what's real and what's not, trying to make sense of all the horrific things he's seen thus far. Fucking big, let's go, finally!
back to the train. Sitting here like a fool. Feels like it was just a few seconds ago I was traveling here. No, think straight. I got hit by a car, woke up, and these things have been trying to kill me since. I mean, what is actually happening with me? Mom keeps telling me to get home, but why? How would that solve any of the crazy shit I've seen? I can't even contact the police here. Everything is just fucked. Could it be that I'm just hallucinating? No, seriously. Am I? Or is there something else? I keep thinking back at that doctor guy. Well, he is crazy, alright. But could he have done something to me? Seeing as he wears a gas mask. Or is all this just not real? I'm confused. I'm just very confused. So many questions, but no answers. I'll see what happens when I come home.
Simon's moment of contemplation is broken by the sound of glass shattering somewhere on the train. We get up to investigate it, and heading deeper into the train, we come across a new enemy. This isn't good. Fuck off! It seems to be the same bed enemy from earlier in the game, only this time unbound, shattering through the windows to ambush you and spitting some sort of bile. The suspense is great here, as the way the enemies are introduced, you never quite know which window they're going to pop out from. Getting an M16, we fight our way through each train car, eventually finding a severed foot on the ground. Making our way back to the front of the train, we put the foot inside of a briefcase, which triggers the next cutscene. What? Oh, fuck me. This is about to be a chase sequence, isn't it?
Shit! My back!
This sequence is extremely tense as you have to parkour your way out of the subway car before it falls. Crouch jump T. Why is the music bumping? Because I'm falling to my death. Oh fuck, not time limited parkour. I'm stuck. I'm stuck. I can't do parkour normally. Fuck, get up! Okay, I'm dead. I'm just dead. I'm just dead. I'm just dead as hell. Making it out of the train just in the nick of time, we end up with no supplies. We've lost all of our guns, medicine, and anything else we were carrying on us, with our only real option from here being to head deeper into the woods. Now, I think that this is one of the best decisions the game could have made in this scenario, to strip you of all of your guns, because at this point in the game, you had so many of them that no matter what the game threw at you, you realistically could just blast your way through it. So stripping you down to nothing more than a melee weapon and an extremely limited range of light in a wide open area where enemies could come at you from any angle really brings back this air of horror and scariness to the game. Following a trail of lanterns laid across the ground, we make our way deeper and deeper into the woods. Going through a door, we realize that even out here in the woods, the monsters aren't far behind. Simple as progress. Alright. So from here now to where? That is to be the question. Bro, really? Throw me in the darkness of the woods with no defense and then give me a chainsaw guy? What is this? What is this? Fuck, I need that though. Fuck it. We'll get more sticks later. Now this is probably the most nerve-wracking chainsaw chase that we've had the entire game, as not only do you need to run away from him, but you need to pick up a doorknob, which means you either have to drop your healing items or your stick, so either your only way of gaining health back or your only defense. Pick up the doorknob, run to a door, and quickly inventory into your inventory, use the doorknob on the door, and head through all before he closes the gap and kills you. We find ourselves inside of a house where we start to hear pain, moaning, and crying coming from somewhere. Who needs to defend themselves anyway? Not me. Oh, thank God. Thank you so much, game. Let me just quick slot everything. Please. We find out who is screaming when we come across a long-haired woman wielding a knife trying to stab us. Her character model is eerily similar to the floating enemy who tries to make Simon commit suicide earlier in the game. Making our way deeper into the woods, we come across another building where we find half a pair of scissors. Now, once again, due to the limited inventory space from having lost our backpack, we have to drop something, either leaving ourselves without healing, without light, or without a way to defend ourselves. We then come across a television suspended over top of a box, blocking a doorway, which then explains what we need the scissors for. Finding the second half of the scissors, we once again have to make a decision on what to leave behind, but getting the full set of scissors, we cut the rope and clear the doorway. Following this series of lanterns, we find a hole leading to an underground passageway. As we head deeper in, doors begin to slam open and closed, and we have to time our way through. Now, just a quick tip for you guys if you plan on playing this game. Make sure that you bring a weapon with you, because at one point an enemy pops out, and if you have no weapon like I did the first time I came through here, there will be no way for you to get past. You will be hard stuck. Making our way from the dark depths of the cavern, we end up on a paved road that's well lit with lanterns. A brief respite from the dark maze-like nature of the woods. Traveling down it, we see the doctor heading into a gated-off area. Heading inside, the place appears to be abandoned, but our way forward is blocked by an electrical gate, so heading into the breaker room, we find a sliding puzzle to turn it back on. With the stairway now unblocked, we head up and come across the doctor behind a locked gate.
What the fuck do you want? You're crazy. I'm close enough. I can't. There's a big fucking gate in the way.
That's why I want you to come closer. I'll have you.
How?
I need a gun.
You got a gun. The son, the guy you shot, remember?
I want a new gun.
Look, just open the gate, will you? I'm tired of all this.
No, there's a new gun on the boat now.
No way I need to go get the 45 again. I gotta go get the 45.
Yes, I have it right here. Go and get it.
Heading down to the bowling alley, we come across a litany of enemies, but also a litany of supplies. Everything from shotguns to pistols to syringes. But again, because of our limited inventory space, we have to be very selective on what we decide to bring with us. Especially since we have to leave at least one slot for Purnell's gun. Returning back to him, we have the option to either give him the gun or keep it for ourselves. I decided to give him the gun, as I figured if my theory about him being Simon's therapist is correct, then giving him the gun would show him that we trust him and potentially result in a good ending. But giving him the gun, Dr. Purnell shoots you in the arm.
crazy bastard! I'll kill you!
Chasing after him, we end up in a room with a telephone, a telescope, and a key, which goes to the staff room. Heading into the staff quarters, we see one chair sitting in the middle of the room. Heading into the bathroom, the door closes and locks behind us, and we're subjected to horrific, tortured screams. Eventually, when it's over, we find half a tablet sitting on the chair. Picking it up and heading back into the hallway, we're then ambushed. The broken plate left half, okay. Looks to be the left half of a stone plate. Something is engraved but broken away. Can I, examine it? What do I do with this? Luckily, this ambush breaks a door that now gives us access to a bunch of previously locked rooms. Inside of one of these rooms, we find the other half to the stone tablet, and combining them together, we get a series of Roman numerals. These Roman numerals create a phone number that we can type into the telephone. When we do, it turns on a light in one of the other rooms of the asylum, and using the telescope, we can read the numbers that's being held up on a sign. These numbers go to a keypad on the top floor, unlocking it and allowing us to confront the doctor. Now, this confrontation includes both of you peeking in and out of cover, trying to shoot each other without getting hit, but if you try and get too close, he'll instantly headshot you. Oh shit! Okay, if I pass over that line, he just instantly fucking domes me. I thought he was dead! I thought he was dead! Eventually getting the best of him, we're treated to a rather brutal cutscene. You already know what's up. Bam, bam!
Simon, the pills by itself won't make you feel better. You have to do something more than that. I recommend that you try a new modern treatment called cognitive therapy.
What's that?
Well, it's a set of exercises you do. A way to forget the past, all the bad memories and anxiety you have. Are you interested in books, Simon?
I don't know. Why?
Alright. I just wanted to find out. Because I want you to try out something. I want you to write a book about how you feel. Do you think you can do that?
I guess so. I can try.
And that brings an end to Chapter 6, with us now being extremely close to the end of Simon's journey, with all of this seemingly fully confirmed to be a trauma-induced hallucination brought on by Simon's accident, and the doctor now being dead smeared across the attic of an abandoned asylum. There's only one real goal left in Simon's journey: to get home to his mother. Where we last left off, we had just brutally murdered Dr. Purnell and gotten the key off of his body. We take this key and head downstairs, unlocking the back door, and it's a pleasant change of pace, as instead of the usual dark and eerie environment with droning, screeching, and screaming noises, but instead we're treated to a bright and sunny morning with birds chirping in the background, putting your mind at ease and almost making you forget about the horrors that you've gone through throughout the night. It's extremely relaxing and comforting, especially when you make it to a lake, get onto a boat, and continue across a still water. This is huge. Never see it coming. But as
as this game often does, this only seems to serve to lower your guard for some sort of moment of brief respite, as you're then forced to go back into a dingy apartment, and although you can still hear the faint birds chirping outside, it's nowhere near as comforting as it was just moments before. As you become more rearmed and the game throws ammo at you, you know that at any moment there's going to be an enemy that you need to attack. Gonna throw an enemy at me at some point. I'm simply just gonna use this right now because I'm like one shot and I'd prefer not to die just instantly. Oh fuck. Oh shit. The distant bird chirping and the bright sunny outdoors are replaced with dingy basements and the heavy frantic breathing of demonic creatures as they run towards you armed with knives. You're completely overwhelmed by the numbers game. Your best option is to simply grab what you can as you try and run past. For it. Oh god, I'm stuck. Wait, I need that. Wait, use the ladder. Use the ladder. I have no clue what the fuck happened there. I knew it. I knew they were fucking lulling my ass into a false sense of security. They're like, oh, look at how nice and bright outside it is, and look at it here. Listen to the birds chirping. Isn't that so pleasant? Isn't it just so fucking pleasant? And then they pop some shit on my fucking ass. Making our way through the house, we quickly escape down a ladder. This leads us into a flooded underground basement segment where we have to swim underwater, only coming up for air in these small manholes until eventually we reach a key. Okay, hopefully this is the way out of here. Hopefully I don't need to go back, because that'd be real tragic. New paddock. That would really suck. It's gonna make me go back around. I already fucking know it is. Oh, my inventory. After getting ambushed, we head back through the flooded tunnels and unlock a door. Going through the door, we once again hear the faint bird chirping and see a ladder at the end of the hallway. Heading towards it, we're filled with excitement as we'd rather be anywhere than in these dank, dark caverns or in some sort of underground system. Heading up, we're relieved to see that we're in the middle of a residential neighborhood. Everything is nice and bright and inviting, but we quickly make a revelation that even here, Simon's not free of these demons. It's given me so much revolver, but I literally do not know where I could have gotten a revolver at. I don't remember missing one. Fuck. Got the blitz. This, along with many other things throughout the series, has really reinforced my theory from a couple of episodes ago that all of these monsters are not actually real, but instead hallucinations, manifestations of Simon's anxiety and depression, which is a very disturbing thought that even in somewhere as peaceful and as comforting as his own mother's home, he's still not free from these dark thoughts. Fighting our way through the neighborhood, we eventually make it back to our mother's house. Heading inside, though, she doesn't appear to be home. So we head further in, and as we head upstairs, we're given another cutscene. Hey, he's back. Just in time. Simon has committed suicide, and for the first time I feel like we're given a window into the pure depths of Simon's own mind. How truly dark and disturbed he was throughout his life. We had gotten glimpses into it before, such as the maze section from earlier on in the game, or
the rusted out wall with hands coming out of the floor. But this is the first time where everything is truly distorted. There's a pitch black abyss outside of these walls with women hanging from ropes. The hallways literally writhe and slash around as if they were living tentacles. We head forward, but the pathways begin to dive straight down into nothingness. We try to find a way to progress, but every time we move forward, the environment seems to completely distort in a way that halts all progress. Everything feels hostile, and everything feels like it's out to try and trap you. All the while, over top, we have Simon's mad, distorted ramblings, screaming of how he's sick and how he needs help, only adding to this air of pure darkness. That one leads directly straight the fuck up. Okay, looks like we're going to the twisty... Okay, nope. I guess we're not. Okay, do we head backwards? Because this one leads to fucking death. That one leads to also death. Eventually making our way through this twisted labyrinth of rusted metal walls, we come across a large open area with Simon's own suicide journal spiraling up into the air, and as we parkour higher and higher, we end up in a water-filled room. We make it into the service elevator from the apartments earlier in the game and are given another cutscene. We see Simon, only this time in a wheelchair. He throws boxes and planks at us with his mind and eventually makes the whole room move, revealing two panels in the wall where enemies pour out. These enemies have long curved tendrils for heads, or potentially they're hooks, but one of them will have a flywheel as a head. You need to kill these enemies and grab the flywheel, putting it into the wall and turning it. This will slowly lower the gate, revealing Simon to us. We approach Simon and begin to beat him mercilessly. He doesn't seem to put up much resistance at all. He barely even defends himself, before eventually we push him onto the ground and begin choking the life out of him. Every time we squeeze down on his throat, we lose health until eventually...
To whoever is reading this, I'm hopefully dead. I just couldn't live this life anymore. My paralyzed legs made me worthless, and I felt like an outsider ever since the accident. Anxiety and depression controlled my life, and there was no way out of this bottomless pit. My friends looked right past me. My family abandoned me. Nobody wants a cripple, especially one that would need your help. Fucking worthless. The only person that ever tried to help me was my doctor. He tried a lot. He is the only reason this book exists. Writing it has helped me put things into perspective, I think. But in the end, it hasn't really changed anything for me. I still felt like shit. I was still all alone in solitude. Pernell, if you're reading this, I'm sorry. There were no choices left. I made up my mind. Not everyone can be saved. I had to end my life. And I had to take my special person with me. Sophie. I wanted to keep her with me. I wanted to keep her all for myself. I hope her body is rotting away when you find her. This is my conclusion. This is my end. Farewell, everyone.
Simon took his own life, and unfortunately, because of the actions I made through this playthrough, he ended up killing Sophie as well. In the end, I didn't get the best ending, which is where Simon doesn't commit suicide and instead tries to learn how to cope with his mental illness. But I also didn't get the worst, where Simon goes on a murderous rampage, killing everybody from Sophie to Dr. Pernell before ultimately committing suicide. Upon further reflection, there's a lot of things I could have done better in this playthrough, a lot of choices I could have made to get a better outcome for myself. But if there's one thing that this game has taught me, it's to not overly dwell on the past, as there's nothing you can do to change it. Instead, you have to focus on making a better future for yourself. Otherwise, you'll end up bitter and cold. You'll end up like Simon.
I've always felt alone. Sophie,
Simon, let me go.
I love you, Sophie.
I have to leave. Please.
I fucking love you. My whole life. For as long as I can remember. I don't know if I like it or if I'm just used to it. But I do know this. Being lonely does things to you. And feeling shit and bitter and angry all the time just eats away at you.